You walked in for milk, eggs, and bread. 3 things. You even said it out loud in the car. And somehow, 45 minutes later, you are standing at the checkout with a cart full of things you cannot explain, spending 3 times what you planned, holding a packet of fancy crackers you have never eaten before and will probably never eat again. What just happened in there? The answer is not that you are bad at shopping. The answer is that you were never meant to win. The modern supermarket is not a store. It is a machine. A precisely engineered, psychologically optimized, neuroscientifically calibrated machine designed to do one thing: get you to spend more money than you intended every single time, while making you feel completely fine about it. And the people who designed that machine have been studying your brain for decades. Here is where it starts, before you even touch a product. The moment you walk through those sliding doors, you are steered to the right. Not by accident, by design. Consumer psychologist Paco Underhill, in his landmark book Why We Buy, found that humans in Western cultures naturally veer right when entering a space. Supermarkets exploit this by placing the most visually appealing, high-margin sections immediately to your right. Fresh flowers, warm baked goods, seasonal displays, things that smell incredible and have almost nothing to do with your list. This is called the decompression zone. Its entire purpose is to slow you down, soften your defenses, and shift you from stressed and purposeful into relaxed and browsing. Because a browsing customer spends more every single time. Now you are moving through the store. And here is something you have probably never thought about. Why is the milk always at the back? You need milk. Almost everyone needs milk. So why is it located at the furthest possible point from the entrance? Because every step you take toward it is a step past hundreds of products you were not planning to buy. This is called the anchor product strategy. High-demand staples, milk, eggs, bread, butter, are deliberately placed at the perimeter of the store. The path to them is the product. The journey is the sale. And the journey is carefully designed. Supermarkets spend enormous money on planogram research, the science of exactly where every product sits on every shelf. The Food Marketing Institute found that moving a product from the bottom shelf to eye level can increase its sales by up to 35%. Nothing changed about the product. Not the price, not the packaging. Just where your eyes naturally land. That single shelf adjustment is worth millions annually to a supermarket chain. Then there is the music. In 1982, psychologist Ronald Milliman published a study in the Journal of Marketing that changed retail audio forever. When slow music plays, customers walk more slowly. When they walk more slowly, they spend more time in the store. When they spend more time, they buy more. Milliman found that slow-tempo music increased supermarket sales by nearly 38% compared to fast-tempo music. 38% from music alone. The song playing overhead while you reach for cereal is not chosen because someone likes it. It is chosen because it has been measured to extract more money from you per visit. And then there is the smell of fresh bread. Almost every large supermarket now has an in-store bakery placed strategically near the entrance or along a high-traffic path. Why? Because the smell of baking bread is one of the most powerful appetite and comfort triggers in the human brain. Researcher Martin Lindstrom documented in his book Biology that ambient food smells increase purchasing across every department, not just the bakery. You smell bread. You feel subtle, unconscious comfort. And a comfortable customer who feels surrounded by abundance is far more likely to add things to their cart. Your brain does not separate the smell of bread from the decision to buy sparkling water you were not planning on. But the supermarket knows it does not have to. Now you are deep in the store, and this is where shopping momentum takes over. Researchers at the University of Chicago found that placing items into a shopping cart creates a psychological momentum that makes each subsequent purchase easier and more likely. The first item is a decision. The fifth is a habit. The 15th barely registers as a choice. You are no longer deciding whether to buy things. You are in buying mode. And buying mode is exactly where they want you. This is also why they give you a large cart. Not because you need one. Because a large cart with only a few items looks empty. And an empty cart creates a subtle but measurable discomfort. Researcher Brian Wansink found that customers with larger carts purchased significantly more than those with smaller baskets, even when shopping for the same planned items. The size of what you carry changes how much you feel you should fill it. And then there are the end caps. The end of every aisle is the most expensive real estate in the store. Brands pay significant premiums to be placed there. Why? Because shoppers perceive products on end caps as being on sale or specially featured, even when they are not. Nielsen research found that end cap placement increases sales by an average of 30%, with zero price reduction involved. The product just needs to look like it matters. And your brain, wired to notice unusual things in the environment as potential resources, does exactly what it evolved to do. It notices, it considers, it adds to cart. By the time you reach the checkout, you are cognitively depleted. You have made dozens of micro decisions throughout the store. Each one quietly drained your mental fuel. And now, at the lowest point of your decision-making capacity, you encounter the checkout aisle. Everything there is small, cheap, and easy to grab. Chocolate bars, batteries, chewing gum, energy drinks. These are not placed here for convenience. They are placed here because the average checkout wait is 3 to 7 minutes. And 3 to 7 minutes of standing still with a depleted brain, surrounded by low-cost items, is a goldmine. Each item costs so little that saying no feels like more effort than it is worth. So you say yes, and the supermarket collects thousands of those tiny yeses every single day. There is one more weapon, and it is the most invisible of all: loss aversion. Daniel Kahneman's Nobel Prize-winning research showed that humans feel the pain of a loss approximately twice as strongly as the pleasure of an equivalent gain. Supermarkets weaponize this constantly. Buy 2, get 1 free. Member discount expires today. Loyalty points about to reset. These offers do not feel like opportunities, they feel like threats. The threat of missing out, of leaving value on the table, of paying more than you had to. And threat, far more than opportunity, drives action. You do not buy the third item because you want it. You buy it because not buying it feels like losing something you already had. So what do you do with any of this? Shopping with a written list reduces unplanned purchases by an average of 23%, according to research in the Journal of Consumer Research. Shopping after eating, not before, dramatically reduces the pull of ambient food smells and appetite-driven impulse buys. Choosing a basket over a cart when buying fewer than 15 items removes the empty cart effect entirely. And setting a fixed budget before you walk in, not just a list of items, but an actual number, shifts your brain from "what do I want" to "what is this worth?" But here is the truth beneath all of this. Nothing that happens to you inside a supermarket is accidental. Not the direction you turn at the entrance, not the music in the air, not the smell from the bakery, not the size of the cart, not the height of the product on the shelf, not the item sitting beside you at the checkout. Every single element has been tested, measured, and deployed specifically to influence the decisions of a human brain that evolved in a world where none of this existed. Your brain is ancient. The supermarket is modern. And the supermarket was designed by people who understood exactly how wide that gap was and built an entire industry inside it. So the next time you walk in for milk, eggs, and bread, and you will, remember this: the store does not know your name, but it knows something far more useful. It knows exactly what you are going to do next. Now you know what is coming, and this time you are ready.